I used to joke and just be like, yeah, like I just got better OGs than you. That's that.
You actually listen and connect with your OGs, because there are some cats that have OGs, but they don't really, what the OG is sharing with them, they don't know, they're not ready to receive it. It won't get unpacked, or the seed that the OG is planting won't come to fruition until there's some water, some sunlight, some life that has been sprinkled on it. So maybe in 3 years, 5 years, 10, 20 years, that seed will pop up and be like, yo, I remember my OG told me back in the 80s. Mm-hmm. Boom, boom, boom. But again, it just reminds us, like what you said, what you're doing with your kids, our responsibility is to drop the seed. Mm-hmm. Let the rest just happen. Just be there. Like I only remember my father taking me every birthday, Madison Square Garden, to see the Harlem Globetrotters. Take one of his guys from the bar and they son, always a different son, always a different dude. But afterwards, one thing I knew for sure, they was going to stop at the bar when we got off the train and go to the bar, and I was going to be able to go play, but I could get whatever I wanted to get at the Madison Square Garden, that walk from Penn Station. Like, I remember all that. Every Saturday before he lost his license, he would take me to work with him on the truck. I knew he was going to get drunk. I remember when he got pulled over and he went to jail and he lost his license. Then when he was managing the drugstore downtown Newark, every Saturday I went to work with him. Gave me my first cup of coffee, black, and roll, and gave me my first Schaefer beer to drink when I was 12.
That's dope.
Moments.
Those are moments. We need those. Yeah. I like that. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Yeah, if we already rolling, but this is the Human Behavior Mastery Podcast. A little bit of a different vibe. This is a podcast where, a platform where I look to tap into the mindset, the psychology, the perspective of brilliant minds to help people just create a better life, a better business, and a better you. So we already been rocking and rolling, so this is going to come in the middle, but one of my OGs, a mentor, somebody that I have a tremendous amount of respect for, who's poured into me in a myriad of different ways. I've often saw myself in him, and so there's just always been a connection and admiration. And Kendall Ficklin is here. We just chopping it up. It's a different energy.
Bro, you gonna stop trying to make me tear up in here.
No,
my wife said all the time, she'd be like, yo, you really, really emotional. I was like, I got the high eyes.
They don't realize that underneath, in order for us to move with the energy that we have, we gotta have emotion.
Bruh, that's what gets us going. Like that's the move. That's the gas that fuels.
Yeah, it is emotion. We just express it through action instead of words.
Oh, say it again.
Yeah, we just express it through action instead of words. That's all.
Yeah, right. Man, I'm happy to be here. I appreciate those words. They mean everything. Especially, I know we told Dave the story, but how we first met.
Oh yeah. Listen,
two short guys, two short lions.
Yo, listen.
Who's taller, me or you?
I probably got you by a little bit. Maybe a little bit. But your heart is right there. We was in Philly.
Yeah.
This was 2015.
Something like that. 15, 16, yeah.
And he was doing one of them tours.
Might have been Stay Ready, which greatness, whatever. Yeah,
greatness is it was greatness is upon you.
Yep.
We was in Philly, and he is again OG mentor, but so when I go to those spaces, I'm just looking to give back, to pay forward, and so he was like, yo, I just need you to hold me down while I take these pictures and do the thing. So I'm like, yeah, I got you.
This is so funny.
I'm making it happen. I'm getting people up out of there, cool. And then this OG walks in the room, real calm, real smooth, wearing all black. And he walks up, and I kid you not, does the, yo, you good?
Did I do that?
You hit me with the, yeah, I got it. Like, yeah, good game. Like, yeah, I got it. No, not an introduction.
Yeah, no,
nothing.
Yeah.
Just kind of hit me with like, I got it from here.
And you looked at me.
So I looked at him like, Okay, I don't know what's going on. Like, you know, maybe they got security, so I don't know what's happening. But surely this is some confusion because I'm not one of them.
Yeah.
And he looked kind of back at me like an OG would, like, all right, and kind of made space for himself. And mind you, he's taking the pictures, but he could feel.
Oh yeah, they saw. Yeah.
He could feel the energy, and then I seen C in the back of the room look.
Yeah.
And I was just like, you know what? You know, deference. I was like, you know, I'm gonna go over here. I just kind of walked off, and Kendall was doing this thing, and then when they was clearing the room, he was like, yeah, we need the room clear. And I stood back there and I looked like nowhere. Like somebody gonna have to move me because I slid from over there.
But Dad gave me the word. Like I think it was C. It might have been C or E. It's like, yo, no, he good. Because I didn't know everybody. It was like one of the first times. And he was like, nah, he good. I was like, oh, as soon as they said you was good, I was like, oh, we good. Yeah, we good.
Yeah, but it was real military.
Oh, it was definitely and like, it was,
in hindsight, I laugh at it because again, it was like lions. It was two lions.
And neither one of us took it personal that we couldn't have a relationship. And the great thing about it was we ain't take it so personal that it stopped us from doing some business after that and then doing business like after that.
Right.
It was just two, I'm going to use the assessment, 2 high Ds with high economic, you got high economic too, to high political and high economic and individualistics.
All of that.
Realizing that we 2 alphas.
Yep.
And there was enough room for us. And then now, I don't know how we would have made it if C or E didn't say you was good.
Oh,
then it would have been a problem for both of us.
Yeah, it would have went somewhere.
Yeah.
But in hindsight, I feel like we was looking in the mirror at each other.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like regardless of what the energy was, there was a respect.
Mutual. Yes.
There was a respect where it was like, all right, OG, I hear you. Like, all right, OG.
So you know why? I was doing something today with a team, and I had pulled out the percentages from the assessment, and 5 to 10% high D, 11 to whatever percent I. The majority of the world is high S.
Yep.
And so when 2 high Ds or alpha males get in the room, a lot of times there's a mutual respect when there's maturity. Now, granted, I was younger then, you were younger then, but I think there was a mutual respect. And because we ain't take none of it personal, like, I think that's important. I think when you really understand, like now looking back at it, we can look back and be like, yo, it wasn't even about the macho. Like, this is us. This is just who we are.
We was both on assignment.
Because what happens is when I'm on assignment like that, because there's so many high S's in the world, when I come in and tap somebody, they just go. I ain't never had nobody like Paul. One other time, another one of us popped in, but typically they just, okay, thank you. They move out the way. And I'm like 5'6", a buck wet. I was big then because I was on the pregnant zone. But because of the personality, people sometimes will either shy away from us, but those like-minded individuals, we can connect. Yeah,
that's how we connect.
Yeah,
because we function on a basis of respect.
Yep.
And so, like, if I could run over you, I'm going to run over you.
Absolutely.
But if I respect you, I respect you.
Yeah. Somebody asked me the other day, it was like, yo, what do you do when you get in a room with a bunch of other high Ds? And I was like, it just depends on who it is. I don't have a problem now falling back. Like, if I'm in a room with C or Josh or you, I could fall back as long as somebody running the point.
That's it, because we on assignment.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, okay, cool. Like, and I feel like more so than ever, other people feel uncomfortable about the energy between us, but we be cool. We be like,
true story. So I have my assistant will be on the phone. I might be on a team call or whatever, and that personality kicks in. And my new assistant at the time got on the phone with me. She was like, oh my God, I felt so uncomfortable with you on the phone with so-and-so. Just the way y'all was talking to each other. I was like, what you talking about? Y'all was just going at it. No, we wasn't. We was just having a conversation. But we were literally like, not arguing, but just having
passionate conversation.
Say it again.
Passionate conversation.
Yeah, we was having passionate conversation. And to people on the outside looking in, the perspective is different than what's actually happening. And then they said to me, how do y'all just be cool after that? We never had a problem. And I think in relationships, it's like that sometimes. Any relationship, whether it's intimate, business, whatever it looks like, you really got to know not only who you are, but how other people see you.
Yo, what's goody, fam? Listen, I know. I'm going to let you get back to the episode, but I wanted to take a minute to let you know about the Human Behavior Mastery course. Yes, we have a course that we put together for coaches, consultants, corporate leaders, and entrepreneurs. I know you're listening to the pod and it's all of this numbers and the adaptive and the natural, the D, the I, the attributes. We put together a comprehensive course to walk you through exactly how to understand each one of the personality types, each one of the values, and we're going to show you exactly how to get the most out of each type. What things you need to avoid, what environments to put you in, and what pieces to put around you to be successful. So if you're looking at taking your business, your life, or your relationship to the next level, make sure you go check out the Human Behavior Mastery course. Back to the episode. That's important.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for me, I always took to just the energy because I could identify. One, I knew I could feel there was wisdom there. There was a lived experience there. Mm-hmm. I could feel that, like, okay, now I'm not trying to tap into where I'm from. I can identify with that. I'm just earlier in that.
Right.
But there was just the energy, the zest for life, and like I was like, okay, cool. And it really was nothing. And I appreciate when people can talk straight to me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. When I feel like you start doing too much talking,
you lying.
You're lying, or I just don't respect it. It's not genuine to me. So the directness is that we speak the same language, and we laugh and we tell people this all the time. It's like me and Kendall can get around each other and say 10 words, and that's it. And people be stuck like, I'm like, no, we don't. It doesn't need to be all that. We understand what each other's means. This is happening. Cool. No. Yes. All right. Hey, man. See you later.
Yeah.
And it gets. And it's not a tax on a relationship because there's understanding and there's a mutualism. And so I just, like I said, I was telling you out there, I love to see the season that you're in.
I appreciate it.
Because it shows me what's possible. And just who you are and who you're being is a blessing to me because I'm able to learn, even if it's just by observation.
Yeah.
Right, but the times that we are able to spend time with each other, a phone call, we chopping it up, even things like this, I'm grateful for it because whether you realize it or not, it sticks. And there's times when I can hear you like all right, like, and I know what place it's coming from.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So even if I do crash out, it's like, all right, well.
I think a lot of that is what you see now. I'm maturing. Like I don't think I'm ever going to get to the point where I think I got all the answers or I know it all. Now, granted, there may be times where I have to appear as though I got it all together or I have the answers. Because, like, for example, if I'm with my wife and we're going through something, if it's like a team challenge, meaning me and my wife, the Ficklin team, I have to appear. Yo, I got it. We good. Because who she is, I don't want her to worry.
Right.
So, but there are times where I don't know. So I have to always say to myself, be open to learn. And because while I may be older than a lot of people in this network that I'm in with y'all, while I'm older, I don't look at anybody's age. I look at everybody's experience. So even like when I started rocking with C, I might have seen about 15 years. But because of his experience in certain areas, I concede, right? I can pull back.
I've noticed that about you.
Bro, I pull back. It ain't like you I just found out how old you was. We were talking earlier.
Yeah, you was like, what?
And I'm still like, yo, I'm going to learn. Like when you did the debrief with my wife's assessment.
I'll never forget.
And I think you had her crying, right?
Yeah,
She cried. And even to this day, she would say, that debrief that I did with Dewane was amazing. And I'm like, now some cats would be like, well, nah, I could do it, this and that. I'm like, that's what he do. Like, that's your gift. And I always say, I can't give it to you like that because while we have a lot of similarities, there's some certain things where you take it to a whole nother, like you think different than me. Your mind move. My age and my mind is like, let me go get it. And then that's it. I'm not trying to go too far, but I respect anybody that's sweet at what they do. I don't care how old you are. I don't care if you're male or female, what your color is. If you're good at what you do, I want to learn. So for me, like I watch your when you chop up the podcast and that thing come out on the human behavior. Y'all go follow IG human behavior, human behavior mastery. Yep. And I'm watching. I'm like, ooh, that's a bar. Let me write that down. Ooh, yeah. Damn. How he see that? And I'm learning. So it's not just you learning from me. It's mutual. Like I'm learning. I learn from my sons, the youngest son, the oldest son. In life, one thing I'm learning. There's no end to it. Like the game ain't over until we check out. Yep. And as long as I'm playing the game, I need to add new skills, new skill sets, new tactics, new strategies to my game in order for me to play this game at the highest level. So this game of life, this game of being a man, this game of being a father, this game of being a businessman, a brother, a friend, like the game, I want to be able to play it at the highest levels. So that means I got to become the very best version of me. I was talking to somebody on the way in, and we were talking about one thing, young lady, and she said, well, I want my relationship to look like XYZ. And I was like, expand on that vision for me. And she couldn't expand. I said, you can't want something and you're not clear, or you don't have anything to measure it against. Yep. Like you have to have an idea of what it is that you think you want. And then when it comes, you'll be like, yep, this is what I want. And it has to be real. Like you can't make decisions. I always say this. Emotions are to be managed, not acted on.
Yeah, I love when you said, yeah.
And what happens is when we start acting on feelings, because feelings go up and down, we start making decisions that don't have a solid foundation because ain't no fact. Mm-hmm. So every decision that I like now, I do my best that when I'm making a decision now, I slow down. So when you tell the story about how we first met, if I'm in that same role today, I will walk up, I'm going to shake your hand. Like my man that came in, I was like, man, excuse me, I didn't introduce myself. Yep. It's like, so I would have walked up as a mature man now, like, yo, I'm Kendall, I'm doing, are you good? So I'm looking at things different. I'm moving different.
Nah, listen, me being where I am, I appreciate it because it shows me what's possible.
Yeah.
It gives me something to look forward to work towards, to hope for.
Yeah.
Right. Just knowing your journey from our personal relationship, like I'm looking like, yo, I could like watching you take trips with your wife and the family days and I think that stuff is impeccable because just as a well-rounded man, like I know what it is to be a workhorse and that stuff. Yeah, keep it 100, just be neglected because it gets the extras, or what's left rather. But I do things. I do family meetings with the kids and we sit and we do so I got my own things, but I can see the family day. When we can start doing family days and we can start doing that and like you in a different season. You got the pop, you got the little one.
One pop. I'm only one pop.
Okay, pop. Okay.
Only one pop for everybody.
Okay, cool.
My little grandbaby, pop. I was like, no. One pop.
Okay, cool, yeah.
He said, one pop.
It sounds like a little.
Yeah, because pop to me is like, that's at, pop is, I may only be one pop. It's just, man. So I just decided I'm going to let the gray grow out a little bit, right? But even as I'm looking, I'm like, I don't know if I want to embrace that version of myself yet.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, I always want to be pop. So my wife said to me, like, yo, what's wrong with the second pop? Like, I'm Grammy or whatever, GG, whatever it is. I'm like, because I always want to be the closest thing to an OG as opposed to a grandfather.
I get it. I know exactly.
Yeah.
When you said that,
yeah,
I heard something completely different, and I know I understand.
What'd you
like
hear?
I heard like one, I need something to chase to keep me going. And two, I need to be here presently and not has been or not was, or I need to constantly be relevant in whatever it is that I choose to do and partake in. And some people don't understand that. Like the motor, the energy that I tell people sometimes the energy that I have to deploy just to contain myself will exhaust and cripple somebody.
Wow.
Because I got so much. I tell my wife, you be saving people's lives. You don't even realize that's that little touch.
Just slow you down. That touch on the leg when you be.
I'll be ready to go Hulk smash. You know what I'm saying? And again, when I really understand what you mean in a real contextual way. Like I just taught the kids what rain smells like. Because I want them to understand there's a difference between knowing something like from a knowledge base and having wisdom and understanding about something. So my son is a 200i. He's and he know he got it. So he I'm like, yo, boy, listen, we're not on that.
Yeah.
So he's like, man, I'm like, get your umbrella. Well, how you know? I'm like, because I can smell the rain. Well, it's not raining outside the clouds. I said, so I took him, went to a field. What do you know? Well, the clouds are getting, I'm like, okay. Do you smell that? And he's like, yeah, it smells funny. And I'm like, no, that's not what funny smells like. That's what rain smells like. And then we sat out there till it started raining. And he was like, wow, Daddy, how did you know, you guys? Because I know somebody taught me what it smells like. And he'll never forget that.
Bro, experiencing life on a whole different level. Like, that's powerful.
Right? That. So when you said that, I internally, like somebody heard what you said.
Yeah.
But the understanding, because we have that similarity in that.
So next family day, I'm going to have everybody come out back and I'm going to ask the question, what does rain smell like? It might be a sunny day. But it may not rain at all. But so one of the things I wanted to do with Family Day was make it an experience. So by you giving me that, you're adding in experiences. So like we started Family Day off maybe about 5 years ago. And it used to be we would go to different places, whatever. And then it became, because us as a people, as a culture, most of our gatherings are around food.
Yep.
And we would invest all this money in food. And so over the last couple of years, I've been telling my wife, we lock in it once a month, the fourth Sunday of every month, and it ain't gonna be about food. Like one family can bring or one child can bring food, or we can do something light. But I want it to be about activity, experience, and conversation. So now the activity, we play kickball. We do we've been going in the backyard, trampolines, games. All sorts of stuff.
I'd be like, can I be a Ficklin for a day?
Oh,
I just want to come to the.
Bro, and here's the thing, like anybody that's in my circle, you can come to Family Day. Like the kids I tell the kids, you bring your husband, you bring your wife, you can bring the side, you can bring the jump, you can bring you can bring anybody you want to Family Day. You can bring your friend. It's like, cause as long as you know us, you family. Like, and on that day, we're going to do our thing. We're going to have a good time. And then after we do the activity, we may eat on something a little bit, but then I'm opening up for conversation. Here's what I started doing, bro.
Yeah.
We ain't talking about no business. We ain't talking about no money.
What are those conversations like?
Those conversations bring up a lot of emotions, which I love. All of us, me, everybody, because I want to tap into the essence or the core of the kids. And I want them to feel my essence. Like I want them to experience me cry. I want them to experience me telling them I love them. And we got blended family. Yep. So my wife and I have one child, but then she got 3, I got 3. So we together, and we got a multitude of grandbabies now. And then even when you bring sides and jump offs, they have never experienced family coming together. So I want it to be where, remember how I said to you, the relationship I had with my father was different. What I remember is every birthday going to Madison Square Garden. Mm-hmm. What I remember about my grandmother is, my mother's mother is every Sunday she cooked, like in most of our families. What I remember about my father's mother, my other grandmother, was every summer she wanted me. I don't remember every day, but I had to go to church every Sunday. We couldn't play cards in the house. I just remember experiences, and I could, like you said, smell the rain. I could smell rice and Sunday dinner cooking. Like,
take you someplace,
man. And so those feelings or those experiences, I like I'm learning, and I believe is what keeps me energized.
It has to.
You might have heard me say one time, and people think I was joking, but I was dead serious. Like, I'm gonna get a picture, a big picture of me, and I'm gonna tell all my kids, I want you to blow this joint up and put it in your house somewhere. Not me and my wife, just me. And they laugh, and I say, the only thing that's going to be on that picture of me is Pop did that. And I don't want it to be about, yo, you checked out and yeah, your insurance policy kicked. I want it to be about the family day. Once a month we do Son's Day. My wife does Daughter's Day. Yeah. Then we do these experiences. We go take a vacation, staycation every quarter. Once a year we take a trip, and we don't just travel with ourselves. We travel with other couples or our couple. Like, it's the experiences. Otherwise, why are we working? Why are we going so hard?
What have you seen? How have you seen that manifest in the family? What have you seen shift in the family since you started doing that?
Yeah, the connection between the family members. I've seen people be more communicative, and they're learning how to express. You and I know this. You know how many people don't know how to share how they feel?
Right.
What this does is, because people are crying at the table, we're having an open dialogue about, it can be about anything. And so that individual that starts tearing up, I'll ask, like my 19-year-old, she a little crybaby. I love you, baby. She's a crybaby. Oh, she a waterhead. So am I, though. But she'll start crying. And, typically when people cry, they shut down. Mm-hmm. I don't want no shutting down. Like, I have to teach you to still communicate and express yourself and work through it. So that's what I've seen. The family members, even the adults, we're learning how to connect and communicate with each other in spite of the feelings. And we got a group chat. Like, so it's like my son, Kendall, my oldest son, is coaching. And it's a true story. So my oldest son is like us. And so, hit me up. One of my guys I used to cut back in the day for 20 years, my man, runs the rec center. So my youngest son, when I used to coach him back in the day, got into a brawl, got kicked out the league, whatever. So my oldest son called me and said, Pop, can we still, because I want to sign, the kids up. And I was like, go ahead and, register. And my man called him, texted him. And so I reconnected with my guy. I was like, yeah, so my son is coaching now. Super excited. Once he went to the first draft day, text me. I'm talking about, Pop, man, this was great. Like, I could feel the excitement. And so when I felt the excitement because of family days, him expressing himself, I felt his energy. I just let him get it out, let him say it. And I was like, yo, how can I be a part? What do you need me to do? Just be there. So in the group chat, this Saturday is the first game. All the fam. We all going to the game. My granddaughter cheered for the high school, put in the group chat. Her first cheer was an away game. Whole family there. Like, those types of things, those things bring me joy. It don't matter if it's the extended family, we support each other inside and that's because of every Sunday on Family Day. Now, I'm going to be honest. I have my ulterior motives. So we're going to keep it 100 now. We can't just be out here talking about, oh, that's so sweet. Now, let me make something perfectly clear, because I am about results and I am about checking boxes. So I know, bro, if I do Family Day once a month, guess what? For 2 hours or 3 hours every single month, I'm seeing everybody. Grandkids, my kids, we connecting on a whole nother. So now that's less in between time I have to do.
Because
I just saw you. Right? So now if I don't get to spend all this time. So now I'm checking boxes. I grandkids got the check what they need. Yup, boom, at the Family Day. And if we miss a Family Day, which is rare, like I told my wife one time, we can't miss Family Days because now there's an obligation I feel like And because there's so many of us, I just don't have the bandwidth and the capacity or even the energy sometimes to touch everybody individually.
So that really matters.
It matters, bruh. It matters. And so it allows me to do that so I can check that box. I know that I'm getting closer with the kids, so it's easier for me to communicate with them when it's absolutely necessary. I'm checking another box. I'm able to really find out what's going on in relationships and marriages. I'm checking that box. Like, I go play golf with my son-in-law at least twice a month outside of family day. Like, we checking that box. Like, bruh, like I'm checking box. So I don't want y'all to think that we do this family day. It's love, but I got an ulterior, bro. I got an ulterior motive.
Kendall is good for having one tucked in his pocket.
Bro, I keep something tucked in my pocket.
He keeps everything is intentional.
Yeah.
Now I appreciate. See, that gives even that is like, now they hear the game behind it. It's so.
Bro, like, watch this game. Watch this game with my wife.
Oh yeah, the boo game.
Oh, bro. So.
I love that's why I appreciate it, because it's always a learning. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially, you know, I'm in a.
We gotta pause.
Go ahead.
That's my daughter.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I gotta get that.
Take it.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, you Gucci. Life is real.
Cause she was at the thing with the.
Yeah, we go.
You all right?
Yeah, you doing something?
I'm shooting a live podcast.
Oh, okay. All right.
You all right?
Yeah, I just need a business answer, but it's
Go ahead.
okay.
Go ahead. Hurry up.
Okay, so basically, this girl want her hair done, but you know my situation with my car.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go drive the car. It's in the city at the shop. I want to go drive, but if my car break down, that's gonna be bad. But I could go get some money.
Why didn't you take the car to the mechanic earlier?
Because I was really gonna stay in the house and work on my website, which is what I'm doing now.
But the priority was the car, because you need to move. So learn that lesson first.
Okay.
So either you have her come to the crib. If she can't come to the crib, you drove the car home last night. You need to drive the car, or see if you can reschedule it for tomorrow.
Okay.
But you gotta handle business, and the business was, let me make sure I can drive.
Okay.
That make sense?
Yep.
Any other question?
Yep.
You know what you're gonna do?
Yep.
Number one priority: take the car back to the mechanic.
Yeah, I'll probably do that tomorrow.
You can do it now. He don't close till 6.
Well, he said I gotta drop it off though.
Oh, okay.
Leave it there. That's the thing. I gotta leave it there, but I don't have nowhere to go.
But you gotta coordinate it. That's a mom and dad coordination.
Mom's sick.
You last minute again with me.
Okay.
Just learn the lesson. Whatever decision you make is not a right or wrong. It's just about making a decision and knowing what your responsibilities and priorities are. Mm-hmm. Now go get that money. Mm-hmm. All right. Bye. Hit play real quick.
Yeah, we Gucci.
So this is good because that connection is because of Family Day.
I can hear it. I can hear that.
Yeah, that, like, man, let me tell you. My older kids will tell me, yo, you doing stuff with her that you ain't do.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what I always say? I learned. Being able to get a call like that about advice from any of the kids, actually. It could be, she asked me about, you gonna get this. How old is your daughter?
12.
Yeah, so I need some boy advice. Word, okay, I got you. But inside, I'm like,
I'm like, take it easy now.
Yeah, me and my wife took her and her boyfriend at the time on a trip to Florida with us. And my other kids was like, yo, you tripping. But I had to do it. Why? Because I had to build a connection when that phone rang, for y'all that didn't see it, my phone rang. It was my daughter calling. I was like, pause, I got to take that call. And she just needed some advice. But I'm able to have that relationship with her or any of my kids because of Family Day.
Yeah, that's real. And I know you got a jet soon. So I love having this conversation because it reinforces. So my wife and I went and did a meditation retreat.
You put it on, or y'all was a part of one?
No. We were a part of something.
Okay, good.
Right? So essentially, you live. You know, like you see the monks with the little. Remember the joints before?
Yep.
You go to live in one of those
For a weekend or something?
for 10 days.
Y'all did that together?
Yeah.
That's love.
Listen. You meditate for 12 hours. It's 11 or 12 hours. So from 4 to 10, you meditate. You eat at 6:30 and at 11 o'clock. The rest of the time, you're in still meditation. Every day. The only possession you have is your clothes. There's no phones, no nothing. You're not in charge of what you eat. Somebody cooks you something generously, you eat it. But like, so we in meditation mode. One of the things that I learned in that experience is, so we have the assessments and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I never thought to use a person's actual body to teach them.
Ooh.
The lesson. Use the one instrument that they carry with them everywhere.
Everywhere, yeah.
So it's one thing to know something on a devotional level where you just heard somebody talking about. Think about a devotional. It's a word somebody wrote down. It's a devotion. You go, I like that. Let me go. And the next level of understanding is there's the intellectual level.
Yeah.
Where you go, I've ran that through logic.
Yeah.
And I rationalized it and it makes sense and I've accepted it. So I know it. But the final level is the experiential level. To know something experientially means you have for yourself experienced it. So I'm listening to you speak and intellectually it's making sense. And I got the itch, but it's like, yo, like I desire to have the certain type of relationship, blended family the same way.
Yeah.
So it's like, what are those things I need to be doing to engineer and create this result? And it's like, oh, okay. Like part of the platform, I just want to steal somebody else's 10,000 hours.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But you can take the hours, and I love that. So what's the first level of understanding?
Devotional.
Devotional is the first level, then it's intellectual then it's experiential. So here's the thing. If we consciously say that, like, all right, somebody watching something, they'd be like, yo, I devotion on the devotional level, I got it. Intellectually, I ran through my hookup and I processed it. But now how can I experience it? And here's the piece with the experiential piece. In order for you and the wife to experience 10 days or 12 days?
10 days. We did it together.
Yeah, first of all, God bless you. I don't know that I could have sat still.
Still, you can't speak to nobody, look at nobody.
No phone,
no pen, paper, book, nothing. It's you.
You and your partner right there next to you.
No. Here's the crazy part. Because you have no distraction. There's nothing. It's you. So it got to the point where, one, I started raging by day 2. Like, ain't nobody will keep telling me. And then you start, like, I had my breakthrough. I had a moment about my father. Like, by day, 5 or 6, I was like, oh. But here's the crazy part. Imagine sitting crisscross applesauce for 10 minutes. If I told you to do that for 10 minutes.
Oh, I'm asleep. My legs are asleep. I can't move. I'm stiff.
Imagine doing that for 10, 11, 12 hours a day.
Wow.
So I meditated for 120 hours in 10 days. No movement. Still, no itch in your back. So what it teaches, what it programs you to do is, like what I realize is people are addicted to sensation. Not thought, feeling, or emotion. It's the sensation that's attached to the thought and the feeling. So when you're still for that long, you become acutely aware of what's happening in your body.
Inside, yeah, you can feel certain things.
Before it even triggers.
Wow.
So it got so crazy, I could smell where my wife was.
Wow.
Because I knew her scent. I could smell where she was in a space. I knew, I knew who was walking. Where they was, it's almost like Spidey sense. That's experiential, right? It's a knowing because you understand it in your body. And so I've come to understand that everything is going to change. But before I knew it intellectually. So when my legs, because I'm meditating 2 hours at a time, and my legs are bleeding, like it's a pain that I've never experienced before physically, like sitting in the same spot still. When you go through that amount of pain and you can't move and you don't move, but you intentionally choose not to move, you realize, oh, the time passed. And when you keep doing that, you program your body on the subconscious
to make the
level
adjustment.
that when I feel a sensation, I don't have to respond to it.
Wow.
It breaks that automatic impulse. And for us, that's
to pick up the phone, to make a decision, to cut it. Yeah.
There's a calm directness. That's what. Oh, okay.
So before I leave, I might actually
I know
find
I'm
it.
gonna get. Yeah, we're gonna get it up. But
because the first thing in my mind as you were saying that was like, for real, I was like, yo, I want to experience that.
It's the most excruciating but most enlightening, and the fact that I did it with my wife, and she had her own experience, but we went through the same thing, bro.
It's the connector now.
Because I know you love a good boo game.
I was about to say, you might not have had an ulterior motive, but if you did have an ulterior,
she
had the ulterior motive.
She did it before, and this was my first time. I didn't know.
Oh wow, yeah.
So she got us together.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah.
So now imagine you connected on a whole nother level. Like y'all have experienced something together. Yeah.
That can't be engineered otherwise.
Nah. And then not even just the personal gain from it. It's like, so for me now, I want to be like, it's everything. I want to experience as much, because for me, in truth, I want to experience as much as I can so that I can share those experiences with those that I love.
Bingo. Because if I don't learn it, I can't teach it to you.
I can only tell it to you.
I can't even expose you to it. Right?
Yeah.
So I play that game with my kids. If I don't learn it, I can't give it to them.
Exactly.
I can't expose them to it.
Yeah.
And walking out of that experience, I don't like the word believe or belief anymore.
Yep.
Because you either know something or you don't. So when you believe I could do, you still saying there's some doubt in there. You know something or you do not.
I like that, D.
Right? It's one or the other.
Yeah, ain't no in between.
Like my awareness got so sensitive that I could hear my stomach digesting food, my heart beating, my lungs, and it felt like I had beats on. Like I was so sensitive to everything. We have access to that level of awareness, but we just are distracted. So
we need to create separation from the outside world or distractions and get centered. Yeah. How do you, I'm going to use this word, how do you maintain or continue to develop that awareness? Because of course, you're not going to go every 10 days or, because I don't know that we're equipped to do that.
No.
We got to get up and go to work.
Yeah, but in my life, in my world, I try to capture pockets of stillness throughout my day.
So the meditation, quiet time.
Whatever. Like I'm in New York City, busy, the streets, the cars is moving.
Yeah.
I'll try to lock in on something and just
meditate
drown out.
And practice it.
Yeah. So then when stuff is happening around me, I'm like.
That's a new word that I'm using too. Practice.
Yeah, the practice of the
discipline. Yeah. So, I used to say, you're not this or that. You're a business owner. You're an entrepreneur. So now I told somebody this today, you're just practicing. Like all of this for me now is a practice.
Life is a practice.
I'm practicing so that when it's time to play, I have experienced some sort. So it's the three pieces for me. It's training, it's practicing, and then it's game time. So what you just gave me, you shared with me a training method that I can do 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes at night. But now I want to go practice it. So I'm going to find out how I can go experience that either on the level that you did. I ain't too sure I want to do the whole with the legs and the whole for that experience of time, but I need to experience it on some level.
When you see the people that are in there,
I'm gonna have to do it.
Because you like me.
Yeah.
When you see some of the people, and you'll be like, if he's in here,
I could do it. Yeah. And then once I practice it, then I have to continuously.
When I say the biggest game changer.
Really?
When I say the biggest game changer, like
I thought I was doing something, doing 20 minutes in the morning and 20 minutes in the afternoon.
I'm gonna put you on game.
Yeah.
But I know you got to cut. I want to be respectful of your time. Let the people know where they can find you.
Bro, I do this all. I ain't even just Google me, Kendall Ficklin. I ain't. Bro, you know why, bro?
That's why this is my OG right here.
Yeah, man. Like, you know, if I go somewhere, somebody be like, "Yo, we send us your bio and we're bro, don't nobody care." Like, just this is the thing. This is what I've learned, bro. This was probably the hardest thing for me to learn too. Like, in this season of my life, I'm watching myself mature. So I'm gonna share this before we go, real quick. People think that you and or I love being out front. I promise you, I prefer to be in the back.
Oh, ditto.
Yeah. So I don't want to be out front. I don't need to be out front. So I'm not the guy that needs to promote himself. From a business perspective, we all need to do that. But I don't like just, yo, go to this and do this. That's why I used to have such a problem if I would do an event promoting it on. So I can't do that. So what I've learned is if this conversation, the energy from this conversation, the experience from this, and somebody is watching, if they want to connect further, they got my name, they're going to go Google it. I've done podcasts, bro, where people have reached out, called me, scheduled time with me, and just say, yo, I saw you on this podcast, saw you on that podcast. I've learned that when people really want something, bro, there's some golf stuff that I want, and I don't really know where to go get it, but guess what I do? I Google and I find it, and then I get it. So just Google me.
I got you. Yeah, y'all know me, Dewane Mutunga and everything. Yeah, I'll see you on the next pod.
Man, appreciate it.